For months, I had lived in a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. My wife, the woman I had trusted with my entire life, had been unfaithful. And now she had the audacity to claim that her lover's baby was mine. I waited in the hospital hallway, heart pounding, as doctors and nurses rushed in and out. My mind replayed everything: the secret messages I had found on her phone, the late night excuses, the sudden disappearances. I had confronted her countless times, but she always twisted the truth, always made me feel guilty for doubting her. And now, the ultimate betrayal. She wanted me to accept a child that wasn't mine, as if nothing had happened. When the nurse came out holding the newborn, my stomach turned. My wife's eyes met mine, shining with both triumph and desperation. She whispered, "See? It's yours." I forced a smile, trying to mask the storm inside me. But before I could respond, the nurse stepped closer. "Sir, may I speak to you privately?" she asked. Her tone was gentle, yet firm. I followed her to a quiet corner, my heart hammering. "Sir," she said softly, handing me the medical papers, "this baby is not biologically yours. We conducted a DNA test immediately after birth, as is hospital protocol. The results are clear." I stared at the papers in disbelief. Relief, anger, and vindication all collided inside me. I looked at my wife, who had followed us, her face pale and her confident smile gone. She stammered, I thought you wouldn't know." I laughed, though it wasn't a joyful sound. It was cold, sharp, and final. "You thought I'd be blind? That I'd raise a child that isn't mine while you get away with everything?" She tried to reach for my hand, to plead, to explain, but I stepped back. "No, this ends here." The nurse nodded to me, understanding the weight of the moment. I turned away from my wife, holding back the mix of fury and sorrow that threatened to spill over. Everything she had tried to manipulate, the lies, the deceit, the sham of motherhood, was exposed in an instant. Later, when the hospital was quiet, I walked out alone. I didn't need to yell or retaliate. The truth had done all the work. She had revealed herself for who she truly was, and I had finally seen it with my own eyes. Sometimes, betrayal doesn't need confrontation. Sometimes, it's the quiet confirmation of truth that delivers the strongest revenge. And in that moment, I knew I was free from her lies, her manipulation, and her unfaithfulness. I wouldn't raise a child that wasn't mine. I wouldn't let her deception ruin me. That day, the nurse told me the truth, and with it came my liberation. I had lived in a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. My wife, the woman I had trusted with my entire life, had been unfaithful. And now she had the audacity to claim that her lover's baby was mine. I waited in the hospital hallway, heart pounding, as doctors and nurses rushed in and out. My mind replayed everything: the secret messages I had found on her phone, the late night excuses, the sudden disappearances.